This time, Spirit was really direct in wanting to give me or get me to choose tarot cards before Oracle, because I like to have like my regime, my routine of Oracle and then tarot, and they were really, Spirit was just really adamant that I had to go over here. And the energy that I'm getting is that the collective has been, they've been through so much. There seems to have been a lot of missed opportunities, and not because you've ignored them, but because there's been so much adversity around someone here. Whether that's isolation, it feels like there are outside forces, or there were outside forces that were really pushing against you. It's like trying to walk through water while you're in the sea, you know, and when you try to get out, you're next to like the foam of the sea, and if the waves are big enough, they're going to pull you back in again, and you have to really work hard to root your feet into that wet sand and to pull yourself out. And it feels like someone's been doing this constantly throughout their life. The fact that we have the Four of Swords, it's time to rest. Someone here is exhausted. Someone here has had enough, is exhausted. And then we also have Lovers. So it seems that there's been some sort of patterning when it comes to relationships, when it comes to expressing and receiving love, and not just in this life, but in other lives as well. We also have here the Seven of Cauldrons. So the Seven of Cauldrons is giving like a stark reality of something. Something's changing. I don't know if someone gave up on love and just went, I can't be bothered, because every time that I do, I end up with A, B and C happening. Tell me more about these three cards, please, Spirit. What do we need to know about this? What do we need to know? Please and thank you. We have the Five of Swords coming out. Okay. I feel like this reading is like a representation of what someone's been through, and there is like, it's almost like a magnifying glass is being placed over all of these experiences so that you can see what the main theme is that's been running through all of them. It has been happening for a reason, is what I'm hearing. It has been happening for a reason. It's not just having like ill luck or someone's just out to get you. Even though you could have outside forces, and it does feel like there has been, there's some sort of deeper lesson that you're being asked to look at. Because love doesn't have to be just to do with romance, as much as it says lovers there. The thing is as well is that, you know, we can have all different types of love, and I'm not a therapist in any way, shape or form. I'm not qualified. This is just my opinion. We have all different types of love. You have love for your friends. You have love for your mum, dad. Love for your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife. Love for your bestie, for your work colleagues. It's all different, but it's all a measurement of the same love, even if it has little bits tweaked here and there. And I think that for someone here, it's almost like someone's a little bit armoured because of the painful things that have happened to them. It's affecting not only like their view on love, on like romantic love, but it also kind of has closed the doors a little bit on friendship. And as we get older, it's a lot harder to make friends, because when you think of children, look at children. Watch any video out there on social media of children just randomly walking up to another child and being, do you want to be my friend? And they're like, yeah, come on, let's go play. People don't do that as adults. We're not as free and whimsical as children. We're not as brave as children, right? It feels like this is more to do with, this is like internal conflict, or this is echoing of the past. Now, know that my readings are timeless because time is not linear. So I can be picking up on past, present, future. Sometimes a mixture of all three. You've got to take what resonates for you and leave the rest, okay? If anything in my reading just doesn't fit, it doesn't resonate, or it's, you know, just finding it hard to follow, it's not for you, and that's okay. You don't have to take the entire reading as a personal reading. I'm going to put this Five of Swords down there because I've been holding it for a while. It feels like this need to stick up for yourself or speak up. It's like when we haven't had a voice for so long and we finally learn how to use it, we go from being silent to being really loud, right? We can go from completely and utterly allowing other people to walk over us or to make us feel disempowered, to I'm so empowered, I'm gonna shout at everything. And that's what I feel like's coming through. There's this energy of something within that needs to be looked at, and I say that with love. I say that with absolute love. And I heard what he did to you is horrible. Yeah, and we've got here the High Priestess in reverse. So we do have a specific like common denominator through each relationship or each experience, is because the thing is as well, the High Priestess is somebody who they have such responsibility because they have so much that they're carrying. A High Priestess is not just someone who's really, really magical, but they're somebody who is in a position where they are because they've gained the trust of spirit, of people around them, of, you know, the respect of their ancestors. This being in reverse, this is someone who is very disrespectful, somebody who does not care about consequences, someone who uses their power in abuse or uses their power because they want to be able to control other people. We also have here the Nine of Cauldrons. So some sort of wish. What is this wish that's coming through? I've been told to put it back. Okay. Show me again. And it says here the Six of Spears. So we've got victory coming through in some endeavour. Okay. This person here, whoever that is for you, that is represented in each relationship, be that the actual person, like the friend, or the connection with a romantic partner, or it could be a third party. There has been something within each of these that the universe has been trying to tell you something here. They've been trying to show you something. Any more from this deck? No. Okay. Where would you like me to go? This side? Okay. No, it's this one. Okay, come here. Let's have a look. There is a need here for someone to open up and allow their sacred rage to come out. And I'm not just saying that you should be punching walls and screaming. Again, not a therapist, but there is a need for some sort of, this is a really specific reading. This is a really specific reading. It's like years of trauma or anger. It's like anger are going to resurface for someone here. And there's a need to be very gentle with yourself as it does. You're being told by your guides that you get to rest. You may have, someone here may be depressed, you know. Because I always remember, and I say that now, I'm not going to quote it properly, when Jim Carrey, the actor, was interviewed about depression and how he said that it's, you know, your body needs deep rest. Depression is about deep rest because you no longer want to have to put a mask on for and that's what I felt when I first tapped into you guys' energy. I felt like there was a mask on someone's face just sitting there, like energetically. And I mean, look, you got all fired up, but it was in reverse. It's like somebody screaming inside but not actually letting it out because, you know, society tells us we have to act a certain way. You can't be too loud, you can't be too vivacious, you can't be too, you know, goofy. People will be like, what's wrong with you? There was a need to conform. Someone here has conformed their entire life, and you're being encouraged here, especially when it comes to people like this. Let your sacred rage out. It doesn't mean go out and fight them physically, but it could be taking up taekwondo or some sort of physical activity to actually channel that rage. All of our emotions, every single one that we have, even the most volatile ones, are important. They're so important because they point to where we hurt or where we're growing. They really, really tell us about ourselves, and that's why it's so important for us to tap into that. So that there has been, why do I feel like a final boss is coming? Like there's a final boss coming. Like everything that has happened to you is part of not a test, but like, it's like a pre-packaged holiday where you go, I want to go to Bora Bora, and I want to, you know, ride on elephants. I don't know if there's elephants in Bora Bora, but I want to ride on elephants, and I want to go skydiving, and I'm going to pick this package, and it's going to cost that much, and I'm going to go with my friends, and we're going to be there for a week. And it's all pre-packaged. Now you go off and you have those experiences, and you may take photographs, you may have videos, you know, and then you'll bring those back and you have those to look at and kind of remember fondly. For someone here, their life has been like this. Like before coming into corporeal form, you may have had that choice of which life you want to take. Which thing did you want to experience? And it's only the brave that choose to have those experiences that can be harrowing, that can be, you know, very depressing, that can be saddening, because it's almost like training wheels for something that you are going to be creating and experiencing later in life, which is more or less now, because I feel like someone here is on their highest timeline and they don't realize it. Maybe because they've been on their lowest timeline, or what they perceive to be their lowest timeline, for so flipping long. So long. Now, I have no idea if I've even introduced myself. Seriously, I love to talk. My name is Bronwen. This is Bronwen's Cove Tarot 111. If you are new to my channel, welcome in. It's good to have you here. If you are a returning subscriber, soul family, I love you guys. It's so good to have you back. I'm going to be ringing this bell. I'm going to be keeping it quiet though, because people are still sleeping. It's quite early in the morning. If you have any type of sound sensitivity, please turn down your listening device in 3, 2, and in 1. Okay. It feels like from the darkness comes light, and I'm seeing, like, you know when it's so dark it feels heavy. And I remember being a child and I used to be so scared of the dark as a kid, because I didn't realise, well, there's ghosts and stuff and I could see them. And being really, really little. And my mum and dad had put like a baby gate on the bedroom door where me and my sisters slept. And I remember being so little that I climbed over it because I wanted to go and use the toilet. And I remember it feeling, the darkness felt like it was weighing on me. And I will never forget that. That's the energy that's coming through here, of someone having to kind of fight through that darkness, giving up and then getting back up again, giving up and then getting back up again, and getting stronger each time. And it's because it's almost like the pressure that is used to create a diamond. Without the pressure, there is no diamond. There is only what was before. And I feel like this is for you. There's a lesson in each person that has come before you that has tried to take you down. Like, I heard it's God's plan. It's God's plan. God's plan. Why am I getting Drake in my head? Maybe someone needs to listen to that song. Self-love and unsatisfied. Acceptance, self-treatment, intentions and self-awareness. I think it's because you were being molded into the light worker, the chosen one that you are now. Because and this is the thing, I can't remember who said this, but it stuck with me. People who are like on like really chosen paths that help light up other people, those that I call light workers, healers, they have the capacity to hold so much more light than those who aren't light workers. And not because it's like a competition and we're better than you and rare. No, you have more light to hold because then you have more light to share. Haven't you noticed that, like, I've never met someone who is a light worker who lives around me. I had to travel across the world to meet somebody who had the same vibrations as me, because us light workers, we're not put in one corner of the planet. How are we going to inspire people if we're all in one little group? Which is why we are dotted around the world, and you need that extra oomph because you're inspiring lots of people who are then going to inspire other people who are going to inspire other people. Let me see. What else would like to come through? What do we need to know, please, about the Four of Swords? The Four of Swords here has deadline. Time is running out, on edge, intervention, can't wait any longer. Interesting. I don't know, have you always felt like you're in a rush? Like everybody else has got it down. Everybody else has got that house, or the 401k has, you know, everyone else has a partner or has children or has whatever it is that we have been kind of spoon-fed by society, that this is what we are supposed to do and that is what shows us that we are successful. Because I used to feel like that. I don't care now. I really don't. And I feel like this is something that you're being asked to let go of. This is something that you're being asked to kind of sleep on and rest on and ponder on, like reflect on. Because otherwise what happens is that we end up marrying someone because we feel like that's what our parents want us to do, or that's in our culture, that's what we do. Or taking that job rather than taking, you know, the hand of your inner child and going, I'm going to do passions lead, because society tells us you have to be a doctor, or you have to have this degree, or you have to have that. Unsatisfied wants to come out. We've also got ghost in reverse. Bare minimum, reciprocation, and losing interest is coming out. I feel like there may be an experience from your past. It's not so much that it's going to replay as much as it is that you're being asked to look at this, especially if you are having deja vu. You are having people remind you of an old you, an old identity of yourself. I was this morning like having a shower, and all of a sudden, like, it just popped into my head about 10 years ago, the person that I was with, and like how long we dated and how it ended, and it ended so messy. And I remember thinking, I wouldn't put up with that now. There's no way. I was such a pushover. I used to do everything that I could to kind of appease the other person, and like lost my identity in doing so. And I just thought, who was that Bronwyn? Who was that Bronwyn? Because I don't recognize her now. There is this energy of whatever it is that comes to you in the next coming weeks, days, especially when thinking about past relationships. This is where you're being asked to kind of maybe jot some questions down and answer them. Automatic writing. It could be singing, dancing, something that helps you to move the energy, that will bring it to the front of your awareness what this lesson is. Because I do feel like there is something coming forward that has great opportunity for you to express, to inspire, and to create abundance. But I also feel like as that is coming in, you are going to have those that are around you that will remind you of people in your past who have been disrespectful, who have been, I was going to say weak-minded. I don't know why, but weak-minded. Those who are insecure, who are jealous. It's like the final, why do I keep getting the final bosses coming? Disappearing, cold distance, no contact, and leaving behind. Okay, so the final boss here may actually be someone from your past trying to resurface as you are going towards, like, I don't want to say the golden gates of opportunity. They want to reveal themselves. They want to come out, and I don't know if they're coming out with like fighting talk or accusations. We have emotions here, in and out, clashing like waves. There is definitely a need to stay very calm, very tranquil, very zen-like when this person approaches you. Whether that is online and it is like targeted bullying online or snarky comments, because I also feel like they aren't going to outright just shout at you or say, how dare you, you think you're blah blah. Nah, with emotions being in reverse, this is like passive aggression, and passive aggression is my absolute, it's my pet peeve. just say what you mean and say it with your chest. If you don't like someone, you don't like someone, and it says more about you than it does about them, right? Passive aggression doesn't have any place in communication. It really shouldn't. Anyway, I can harp on about that for ages. Expect that this person or people are going to try and bring in that energy of argument. And if you feel like you're rising to that occasion, if you feel like you are actually getting really emotionally triggered by what they're saying, this is like a really great time for you to kind of step back and ask yourself what the lesson is within this. Is it worth you expressing your sacred rage to this person, or do you need to go and get a punch bag? Or do you need to get out paints? Do you need to go rock climbing? How can you move that energy? Because it's not saying that you're not allowed to feel the way that you need to feel. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Sometimes we feel like crap. Sometimes we feel like we want to punch something. It's not saying that you shouldn't feel. It's bringing that awareness back of why. This is a hurdle. This is an experience. This experience is giving me a lesson, and remembering I co-created this. So you have communication coming out here: approach, voicemail, and awaiting text. So there is somebody here from your past that holds this energy that is the common denominator in your past relationships, in your past lives. And I do feel that as you grow and ascend and past this final boss, you will not have to have a life like this ever again. And what I mean by that is that if you do believe in reincarnation, the next time that you reincarnate, you will be doing something completely different. I feel like someone here that is listening does not realize that you've already stepped through that golden gateway of opportunity, of being on your highest timeline. You're already in your winning era. You just haven't realized yet. And because everything is energy and frequency, until you realize that, you're not going to see it. It's there, it's waiting, it's in the ethers. It's like, this is the last lesson. This is the last thing in that spiritual contract that you signed soul to soul before you came down into corporeal form. You're nearly there, you guys. I'm really proud of you. Really flipping proud of you. Because do you know what I've realized? In people that I have spoken to who end up walking that path of light and being that light, like torchbearer for other people, they've been through some really tough things. And a lot of people who have been through those things, they don't look like they have. They just don't look like they have. I don't look like I have. But the stories I could tell you, my goodness. So I'm proud of you. And I'm giving you a hug, a virtual energetic hug right now. Just a little bit longer. Just a little bit. Hold on a little bit longer, okay? You haven't got long. So we have summer. There's victory coming in. Summer is not that far. It's literally not that far. Okay. And I'm going to keep this a bit short because I'm already on like 27 minutes. I have been nattering away today and I've got to go for a doctor's appointment. So, Spirit, can we keep this short? What do we need over here? I've been told to go straight over here. Okay, so we're going to go to the tea leaf oracle. I'm going to take half down and let's have a look. Tell me about this deadline. What do we need to know about this? It says beware of great pride, but it's in reverse. Okay. Let go. Do you know what? I keep seeing the words let it go or let go. And I feel like this is maybe a message for myself, but also for you guys as well. There is a need here to let go of that sense of urgency, that everything, you have to have everything at a certain age, that you have to have it all perfectly put into a pigeonhole with your white picket fence. Nah, there's a need to be very present right now. Because it says, look, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. It's coming out as well. So maybe that's something that you feel is missing. And maybe that's what's actually coming towards you. Because it does feel like new beginnings. And we have eggs there that haven't actually hatched just yet. Something new is coming in for you. You don't have to chase it. Remember, we do not chase, we attract. Because if you chase, you are telling the universe, I don't have. And the universe is going to say, bet, you don't have, you don't want it. So you just have to pull it towards yourself. And you do that by letting go of the desire to want. Tell me about ghosting reverse. Thank you. We have here good advice from a wise person coming through here. There may be a need for you to gain like more information on something that is brought to your attention by someone from your past, or someone who holds the energy of an old timeline that comes forward. So they may come forward with like specific information, and it may be either shocking, that may be the final boss. The final boss doesn't have to be an actual person coming in that you've got to take down, like you've got to get your samurai sword out. It doesn't have to be that. It could be to do with emotions. The final boss is how you're able to alchemize and think outside of the box when this information, this person comes forward with certain messaging or images or whatever it may be that may make you want to sit down, if that makes sense. We have here spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness and understanding, but this was in reverse. Whatever it is that they're bringing towards you, whether they're aware of this or not, it's there to kind of like knock you on your butt a bit. That's what I mean by it being the final boss. And you taking the time to just remember how many times that you may have been knocked on your butt before, but you always get up. You always get up. And it doesn't matter if you are living in a car or a mansion. You always get up. And I want you to remember that whenever this comes towards you, okay? You're always going to be okay because the divine has got your back. And the divine has got everyone's back, but they have to realise that. Because if you don't realise it, you're never going to see it. We do have communication coming through, and it could be with dealings or relationship with a woman. This could be the person that's going to try and communicate with you from your past. And can I get one more, please, for around summer? What do we need to know about summer? Please and thank you. Thank you. Danger, especially in money matters. So there's some sort of victory that you're going to gain from having issues with money matters. I think I'm going to get a couple more cards out. And then I'm going to go. Let's see, deadline. No, I've been told to stop. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I know that there's not many cards out, but that's because I have just chewed your ear off. I'm really sorry. Thank you so much for being here. I've actually completely forgotten the end of my reading spiel. That's it. If you are new to my channel and you like what you heard and you'd like to see more of my my posts, I would love for you to hit on the like, the subscribe and the notification bell so you can see exactly when I upload. If you are a returning subscriber, so family, hearts, kisses, stay safe, stay awesome. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.